Hey everyone, welcome to English 102 and Spring Quarter 2024. I'm starting this quarter out with this casual video outside in the beautiful weather because it's a way to welcome you as well to online learning and the freedom of doing your work when you really feel like you can, when it fits in and where you want. And I want to start off by encouraging you to think maybe a little differently about how you work, when you work, and where you work as we take on English 102 together. Also, my name is Amber, and I'm going to be your faculty member. Really excited to meet you guys, get to know you better, and just see you through from beginning to end this quarter as we work on our writing and our researching and collaborating as peers to develop some projects that we can be really proud of at the end of the quarter. So you may have heard that in English 102, students have to write a really long paper with a lot of sources, and you spend the whole quarter working on it. And some of those things are true, that's kind of the gist of it, but I hope that you'll just kind of suspend what you've heard, suspend those beliefs, kind of set them aside, and really just start fresh right now and get to know what this class is going to be like day by day as you interact with each initial element. And yes, we are going to work on a longer writing project, about 3,000 words. You're going to aim for about 10 to 15 quality sources. You'll probably interact with more sources than that. And yes, you are going to work on that project for the duration of the quarter. Here's what you may or may have not heard. Since you're in this class with me, Amber Lemire, you are also going to do all of that work as a part of a fake magazine called Exchangers Magazine, and you'll learn more about that later. But essentially, we're all working as journalists, and I'm the editor-in-chief. And as journalists working together for the same magazine, that's one way to get us invested in the work that each other is doing, to really kind of try as a team to produce the best magazine that we can together. The other thing that working for Exchangers does is it gets you thinking about readers. And so I'll tell you later about what the readers of Exchangers expect from our magazine. But one thing I want to tell you right up front is that Exchangers aims to publish things that our readers do not find elsewhere. We're looking for the underdog story, the thing that something fresh, something unique, and something that's actually going to draw readers in, because if our magazine were on the shelf, it would stand out from the rest. And within, 2 weeks' time, you guys will have those topics. I have more materials inside to help guide you there. But if you just want a little bit of the edge taken off, now you know that's the main thing that we're going to be up to. And something important is making sure that you self-reflect early and often in these first 2 weeks about what kinds of topics and themes you think might keep you engaged. Because yes, you are going to be growing this project over time. Don't worry too much about, is this one too short of a project? Like, is it too little, or is this idea too big? I can help with that. What you need to think of is, can I keep myself motivated for this topic? Because we're all so different, and we're all motivated to stay engaged and nerd out, if you will, on different kinds of topics and themes. So only you know you. Start thinking about that. When it comes to writing classes, I want to throw in there as well that this is my favorite writing class that I get to teach. The idea of the long project, I know it's intimidating to a lot of students at first. That might be why I like this class so much, is because I've really felt like I've been successful at guiding, encouraging, and leading students to tackle the intimidating project and finish out strong. And this is my goal. It doesn't have to be your goal. You don't even have to help me reach my goal. But my personal goal is I want all of you to get to the end of the quarter and say, wow, I did more than I thought I could, in whatever way that is. Or I feel really proud of my own work. If you feel that way at the end, if you feel like you got something out of this, like you discovered something about yourself as a learner, a writer, a researcher, whatever it might be, then I think we will have done a really good job together. All right, let's talk just a tiny bit about how the schedule is going to work since we are online. Mondays between 9 and noon, I will leave you a weekly update. Ideally, that will include a video, and then below the video, I'll post some bullets, and I'll say, here's the workflow for the week. So it'll say, do Tuesday, do Thursday, do Sunday, with links to the things that you can be, or links to the places where you can read the assignment instructions or post your projects. Everything you need for the week will be in those bullets below this video. And then every additional week, the newest update will show up on top. So if you need to look back into previous weeks, just scroll down on this thing and you can see those previous weeks. Also, if you're not coming to the homepage in Canvas, which I really recommend that you do, just to kind of make sure that you get grounded in the course. But if you're not coming here, you'll get the weekly updates in the calendar feature in Canvas, because I will create events on Mondays just on Mondays that say weekly update 1. And so you'll get to see the video, you'll get to access those things. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, if something is due, that will also be an event in the calendar. And that's kind of our routine. Mondays, there's an update, check in when you can, make sure you get kind of grounded, get a good understanding for what's coming. And then if something's due, it's going to be due Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. But a quick note about that. It's ideal that you stay close to that calendar. However, I'm always teaching between 50 to 100 students every quarter. And to believe that all of you are always going to line up with that schedule exactly is unrealistic. So I want you to know that if something comes in late, like past 11:59, I'm not checking your timestamps. I'm only getting in there as early as I can after the deadline to start accounting for your work. And if it's there when I look, it's there. And if it's not there, I'm going to be flexible with you. What's ideal is if you start to fall out of calendar with me, send an email and tell me what your plan is for getting caught back up. I don't want any of you to ever feel like you have to send me your doctor's notes or your proof or your sorries or any of that. I respect you, and I respect that you probably have a lot going on. Sometimes really challenging things happen during a quarter too. I've been there. I've lost people in the middle of quarters, people who I love very much. I've dealt with my own series of tragedies, and sometimes too just not getting enough sleep, maybe another test, needing to trade out and exchange some priorities. And it all matters. It all makes the calendar difficult. So if sometimes you need to make an adjustment, just sit down, get out your own calendar, figure out how you're going to get back on track, send me an email, and I will almost always say, sounds good to me. If I don't, it's because I have maybe a specific request or adjustment that I want you to make, just because maybe doing something late doesn't really benefit the person if you're replying to another writer. So reach out and we can come up with a plan together in those cases. So for those kinds of things, send me an email, alamir@lowercolumbia.edu, or use the mail inbox icon on the menu in Canvas, the left-hand menu, and reach out to me privately and we can set that up. But sometimes when you guys get these updates, if you have a question or a comment that you think would benefit the whole group, go ahead and leave it below on this Padlet post. It works somewhat like social media. It'll give you the option to post anonymously, but everyone does see it, so keep that in mind. Sometimes that's really helpful. If a link is broken, for instance, then people can see that I've been notified, and then I can write back and say it's fixed or something like that. But this leads me to my next bit of advice and my hope for you guys at the start of this first week of the quarter is that you would come into this class online and treat it kind of like a new home that you're walking into. And I'd love to see you giving yourself a little tour of the space. Go to the left-hand menu, click on everything, check it out, see what's there. Like I said, most everything you need is right here on the homepage through these updates. Also in the calendar. But if you're a student who likes to use modules, you can go there. There's also the library and tutoring. And then if you'll, if you look, you'll see that there is a menu item that says syllabus, projects, and textbook, I believe. That is a link that will direct you to my website. You'll see that the bulleted pieces are sending you every now and then to my website as well. And you can get to my website at any time on any device without a password or an account by going to www.lemire102.weebly.com. And this is a place where I post and share all of the projects for this entire class. It has buttons that'll link you back into Canvas where you can directly submit your work. One thing about why I use that website, other than just the visual kind of ease and ability to design and present my work to you guys in a more creative way, is because I want you to be able to think about the class, process what you're being asked to do in the class from any environment. Like I said at the beginning, I'm outside on a hillside at my, having a family celebration, just kind of hanging out. And I want you to be able to have similar kind of flexibility. So if you were in your car and you were waiting for something, or if you were sitting in a waiting room waiting for an appointment, or maybe you're just sitting out in the sunshine and you have a minute to check on what the work is and think about what you might want to do, you can go to my website and you can read the project instructions for whatever we're working on, and you can start brainstorming or just conceptualizing what you're going to submit. Right now, I don't have very much published there in terms of assignments or projects in the future, but I will be publishing that stuff. I'm just making some updates. What you have for this week is I would like you to review the syllabus. It's on that website. There are 4 buttons. Make sure you click through all of them, check things out, and then you will start working on writing some journalist bios. Now that you've been hired and you're part of the team, I need to have some bios for you guys. I need to know who is this team of journalists that we've gathered together. It's a way for you to introduce yourselves creatively to one another and to start building a sense of community and collaboration. If you could get those posted and shared by Thursday night, that would be awesome. And then by Sunday, I'm hoping that you guys will be replying to each other. And at some point this week too, like I said, check out the syllabus and maybe go in and set up Google Drive so that you have a unique folder for this course. I won't go into how that's done because it's linked in the bullets below, but just want to mention it here if you're listening and watching. And then I'd like to see you guys taking a sneak peek for next week, since, like I said, you're choosing one topic and then you are working with that throughout this entire quarter. It'll change, evolve, improve, all that stuff, but I really want you guys to have a strong start. So if you can sneak peek on that and then spend all of next week on developing those topics, I think you'd be set up for the best outcome. And since you guys are submitting already this week, I'll just say that check the syllabus in the grades section. You'll see that the class is set up on a 100-point, 100% system, but you'll also see that for the first half of the course, almost, a lot of the points are do equals earn, which means that I'm not going in and I'm not nitpicking. I may leave you helpful comments that get more at that provide that kind of input, suggestions for how to improve things, all of that stuff. I'm definitely going to participate in guiding you, but I want you to feel free at the beginning of the quarter to just be yourself, write what you write, do what you do, and get credit for showing up and chipping into these discussion boards. I don't want you at home stressing out about how to get an A. How you get an A right now is you just do what's asked and submit it. That's it. And it can be an equality. All right, I'm really looking forward to this quarter together with you guys. Like I said at the start, can't wait to read your bios and find out Who are you? What is this unique flavor of writers that we've gathered together? I even more so look forward to how your bios will evolve into these myriad of interests and topics we might pursue together over the next 10 weeks. If you need me at all during this first week, during this first bunch of tasks, you can reach out to me, like I said, via email or the Canvas Messenger. I can't be reached at phone right now because I'm going away to Spokane for a conference, but I'll be checking emails regularly. If you need to Zoom, you can Zoom with me. I'm usually available Monday through Friday about 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., but you have to schedule something in advance. So use email, reach out, let me know. Sometimes, like I said, I can talk on the phone. And when I'm back from this conference, I will be in my office in the Applied Arts Building. Sometimes I'm available to meet in person. The only trick is send me an email to make sure you set something up. And like I said at the beginning, start thinking about how you can change up your environment, how you can change up the time that you're working, how you can set personal goals to help you accomplish a really unique task this quarter that you can be proud of in the 10 or 11 weeks when we're all wrapped up, when we're ready to publish this Exchangers magazine, that you can feel a sense of pride for how you spent your time and what you were able to pull off. Okay, that's it. Bon voyage, everyone. See you soon.